Hello and welcome to the fourth part of our Hot Shots and Aces 2 X-Wing Miniatures Expansion Pack review. Today in this video we'll be looking at the Republic pilots. In the last three videos we looked at the Rebels, Imperials, and Scum and Villainy separately. So moving on in that area, we're adding the Republic side of things. You can click the top link there in order to check out the other videos in a playlist, or wait till the end of this video to look at the playlist. Either way is fine, and let's hop right into it. Starting with our first pilot, we have Slammer in the V-19 Torrent. He's blue 3 at 1 initiative. After you fully execute a maneuver, you may spend 2 charge to perform a slam action, even while stressed. And he's got 2 charge tokens with a recovery of 1 charge per turn, meaning that you can use this ability once every other turn. Obviously it's a V-19 Torrent platform, so that's, mid to slightly okay depending on his upgrade bar. He's got 2 missile slots, an EPT slot, and a modification slot. But unfortunately, he only has 7 points as his loadout value, so he can't take barrage rockets. He can take diamond boron missiles, though, with dedicated and synchronized console, and I think that's really good. And he's only 3 squad points, so he's pretty okay. I think the problem he's going to have, though, is that Tucker is 3 squad points, and obviously the new version of Tucker has got 5 initiative, 6 hold, diamond boron missiles, munitions fail safe. And when he does the barrel roll to a red target lock that's on his ability, he gets to take a strain instead of a stress. So I think that Tucker is definitely better than this Slammer. But I think Slammer might still see some play. As for dial-wise, it's not fantastic for the Torrents, of course. They don't have the best dial. Probably the most interesting slam maneuver you can do is a 2 hard to a 2 talon roll, or a 2 hard to a 2 hard, or a 1 bang to a 1 hard, I guess. You gotta keep in mind, though, he can't shoot after he slams, so yeah, he's not terribly crazy, but he does look really fun to fly, and yeah, a lot of my friends are looking forward to flying him, so I don't know, maybe he's really good somehow, I don't know. Diamond boron missiles is maybe the strategy with him, so yeah, we'll see. Our next Republic pilot is in the Republic gunship. Coming in at 2 initiative, we have C.O.D, CT-1127/549. After you execute a basic maneuver, you may assign the unique sickening maneuver condition to yourself. The condition card sickening maneuver reads, you can execute red maneuvers even while stressed. After you reveal a bank or turn maneuver, you must gain 1 strain and execute that maneuver as a slide slip. After you reveal a straight maneuver, you must execute that maneuver as a red Keeglon turn. After you execute a maneuver, remove this condition. So basically, he does a basic maneuver, which is going to be just a regular 1, 2 forward, 2 hard, anything that's not like advanced in terms of like turning around or red. Well, I think red maneuvers are still basic, they're just red. That's difficulty, yeah. So basically any maneuver that's on his dial, because gunships are pretty basic dials, you can be, say, next turn I'm going to be able to side slip or do a K-turn. Even if you're stressed, you can do those maneuvers, so you can do a full stop and then a 2 hard side sloop and gain a strain token. It's very interesting. It gives C.O.D a lot more maneuverability than you think, and it makes him just seem really fun to fly. Squad point wise, he comes out to 5 points, which is exciting. But unfortunately, loadout value wise, he's only got 12 points, just like Hawk, our other 5-point squad point ship. So, which is sad because I know that after the Hound nerf, where Hound got upgraded in points and Hawk got devalued in, well, Hound's squad points went up, Hawk's loadout value went down. Republic hasn't really had an easy time finding a good gunship pilot. So it's unfortunate that C.O.D doesn't really help that situation points-wise, but at least he's got a fun ability. His loadout bar is actually pretty interesting. He's got 2 missile slots, 2 crew slots, 2 gunner slots, a modification slot is normal, but he also has a talent slot instead of the normal system slot, and I think that's pretty cool. It doesn't really give him any extra options, but it's just cool, I don't know. Overall, yeah, sure. I mean, for 12 squad points, you can put on Yoda, Chancellor Palpatine, 7th Fleet Gunner, Wolfpack. There's a few options. He'll just be fun to fly, I guess, and yeah, we'll see how well he does in the metagame of X-Wing. I think Hound is still going to be better, but Hound's 6 points, and you don't really want to give those points to your opponent, so yeah, we'll just have to see how it works out. Next up is a brand new Naboo fighter pilot, which we haven't gotten in a really long while, and the Naboo fighter as a ship has kind of disappeared from the meta a little bit. I was at the same time that the Jedi fighters were really good, the Naboo fighter was great, but then the Republic Jedi fighters kind of just took over, and we haven't seen Naboo fighters for a while, so maybe this new pilot will bring more attention to the ship. I can say he comes in at 4 squad points, so he's already cheaper than most of the Naboo fighter pilots. Really, his only competition is Deanie Ellenberger, so we'll see how well his pilot ability and initiative hold out. He comes in Initiative 3, Gavin Sykes, Bravo 6. While you defend or perform an attack, if the speed of your revealed maneuver is greater than the enemy's ships, you may reroll your blank results. So, a bit easier ability to use than Deanie. Deanie obviously restricts modifying your dice if you have the same speed revealed maneuver as him. This time, Gavin, it just needs a higher speed, which is great, and he gets to reroll all his blanks, which is also really good. It's basically an auto target lock, and you can still target lock to use your torpedo, but then you just don't have to spend your target lock to reroll those blanks. You just reroll them and save your target lock for next turn, so you hit the ship with 2 torpedoes, 1 turn and then 1 turn later, which is, I think, really good. Loadout value-wise, he's got 16 points, and his upgrades are a sensor upgrade, a torpedo upgrade, an astromech upgrade, a talent upgrade, and he's the first Naboo fighter pilot to actually get the modification slot upgrade, I think, if I remember correctly. He's the only one with a modification slot, so yeah, you can put shield upgrades and plasma torpedoes on him with an R2C4, or just proton torpedoes and then 4 points for other upgrades. I don't know, I think proton torpedo is probably the best option on him. As for beating Deanie Ellenberger, I think if you're going to run Deanie for torpedoes, you want to run Gavin Sykes instead. If you're going to run Deanie for juke, you want to run Deanie for juke, basically. I don't think Gavin Sykes does juke better than Deanie. But, no, it's cool to see a new Naboo fighter pilot. You can obviously put them side by side, have 2 4-point torpedo carriers, and I think just makes Naboo fighter squads a lot more interesting. So, yeah, we'll see where this guy goes. I don't think he'll be anywhere near the meta, but at least in casual play and in Naboo fighter squads, he's pretty high up there, and so I give him the salute there. And our next pilot is in the Eta 2 class Jedi Interceptor. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Anyways, really interesting seeing as how just recently in the Battle of Coruscant they just got 2 new versions of Anakin and Obi-Wan, well, 1 new version of each technically. So interesting to see if this ship is getting a new pilot, and that pilot is Kit Fisto, Enthusiastic Exemplar. Initiative is 4. While another friendly ship defends, if the attacker is in its bullseye firing arc, you may spend 1 force to change one of the defender's blank results to an eyeball result. I'm just going to say it, simply terrible pilot ability. Ayla Secura's in the Jedi Interceptor is way better. Obviously, she needs to be at range 1. The enemy ship needs to be at range 1 in her full arc, and then the defender gets to change 1 blank to an eyeball just automatically. So yeah, ability-wise, Kit Fisto has nothing going for him. However, loadout value-wise, he's only got 8 points, and that obviously does not help. He's got 2 force options, 1 talent option, 1 astromech slot, and 1 modification upgrade. So not even any cannons, which is another negative, but 2 forces are interesting, I guess. Not sure what you can really do with those because he only got 8 points. But he's only 4 squad points, and I think that's pretty cheap. Obviously, that's what the new Obi-Wan, the new Shaak Ti cost as well. So it's not like super great. Comparing him to Obi-Wan, I think Obi-Wan's just a little bit better, but Obi-Wan can only take those specific upgrades because he's standardized, whereas this guy, Kit Fisto, can take anything. It's cool to see Kit Fisto the Jedi in his own ship. I like that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever really see him because you run a 4-point ship, might as well run Obi-Wan because he's at least 5 initiative. Yeah, I don't know. He's got 2 forces with a recharge, which is pretty generic. Yeah, I don't know. Cool to see Kit in the game, and I think that's really where this guy ends. I don't think we're gonna see him meta-wise, because yeah, his ability is basically crap. Like, you spend a force to give your ship that lined up a bullseye, if they even lined up a bullseye, a blank to an eyeball. So if they have a focus, then they can change and evade. It's just a really complex ability and with very little gain, I feel like. And yeah, there's just better pilots, initiative-wise and ability-wise as well. So I don't know. I don't want to say we'll never see him, but I don't think we'll ever see him. Next up, we have a Delta 7 Aether Sprite and Delta 7B Aether Sprite pilot, because technically both those ships are different. The configuration upgrade is no longer upgrade. It technically makes your ship different. So we're starting to see that really put into effect here, as there's now 2 pilot cards for the same pilot. So I think that's actually pretty cool. Anyways, Addie Golly, Shooting Star, Initiative 5. If you don't remember her, this is the girl that got killed by Darth Maul when Obi-Wan and her went to catch Darth Maul and Savage Opress. She actually got killed by Savage Opress, but oh well. That's too bad. She's a good pilot though. So while you defend an attack range 1, you may spend 1 force. If you do, the attacker cannot apply the range bonus. While you perform an attack against a defender at attack range 3, you may spend 1 force. If you do, the defender cannot apply the range bonus. So she's basically the Grand Inquisitor from the TIE Advanced prototype, which I think is pretty cool. And so, yeah, great. Obviously, the differences between both these ships. Delta 7 has 3 defense dice, 2 attack, 3 hull, 1 shield. Delta 7B, 3 attack, 2 agility, 3 hull, 3 shields. And in both ships, she has 2 force with 1 force regen. So it's basically like flying a TIE SF or a TIE FO from First Order. That's the difference between both of these. She's definitely very strong though. Initiative 5, very good. Her ability is great too. Ignoring range bonuses is like what Click for the Republic does, so this pilot does it for herself, which is great. Yeah, I think she'll go really far. She's a shooting star. Anyways, her points, Addie Golly in the Delta 7B Aether Sprite is 5 squad points with a loadout value of 12, of course. She has 1 force upgrade, 1 talent upgrade, 1 modification upgrade, and 1 astromech upgrade, with the configuration upgrade for calibrated laser targeting if you want that. You'll lose your modification taking that as well, but it might be a good enough upgrade. And Addie Golly in the Delta 7B actually has 18 points for her loadout value, but she has a force, talent, astromech, and modification slot just like before. So she has a ton of points in her Delta 7B version, but she's got the same upgrade options. She's 7 squad points in her Delta 7B, so she's pretty much the same as Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi. She has a few more points than them though, so that's cool. I mean, Obi-Wan's obviously better if you have a gun line, Anakin's better if you're just flying around at 6, and she's going to be good if you're just sniping / flying around an ace. And I'm not sure what you can do with 18 points, to be honest. Like, obviously a lot, but I'm just not sure competitively if you need that much. I guess shield upgrade, an R4 astromech, Daredevil, and then patience, but even all of that all together, you've still got 3 points. So I think 18 points is a little bit too much, because I think the shield upgrade is going to make her a little bit too beefy, but that's okay. That's always could be adjusted by removing the modification slot, or just by nerfing her loadout value a little bit. But anyways, I think she's going to be really good. She's definitely a shooting star! Very strong. So the Jedis now finally have their Grand Inquisitor type pilot. And that will be the end of this video. On our next video, we'll be taking a look at the Separatist Alliance pilots from the same pack. And yeah, so that'll be pretty interesting. So if you're interested in Separatist Alliance, tune in for that one. If you're not, then that's okay too. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video. May the Force be with you. Good luck, and get rock and roll.